Another season in the can. Yep, so this is the last week of season 2021 of iRacing. We ended up bringing our iRating down from last week's 1029 to a 945. Our safety rating, though, we brought it up from the B 3.19 to a B 3.67, with that being above B3. We will get promoted to A license as long as we don't do anything foolish in this week. To get it below that, we won't. This past week we did a couple different series again. We did our turn touring car at Daytona. I only did about 4 races there. In that series this week we placed 75th with an average start of 7th, an average finish of 8th. We started out with the best time at 2:02.487. We got that down to a 1:59.172 in a race, which is pretty respectable in my opinion, but I think that was due to drafting quite a bit. In practice, it was a 2:01.240 was our best time there. Overall, in that series, Division 7 this season, we got ourselves 12th place with an average start of 5th and an average finish of 6th. Our start and finish was better than it was last season in a tougher division, so pretty stoked there. As far as the races went, turn 1 was a little difficult for me to get my head around. Like I said, we only did about 4 races there and didn't practice it a ton, so my learning of the track was a little limited. I had never done the track before this week, and overall, with that being taken into account, I'm pretty happy with what we accomplished there. Then where we spent most of our time this week was in the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge, which was at Bathurst Mount Panorama. We got our time started out at a 2:27.305 for our best lap. We got that down to a 2:22.185 in a race and 2:23.312 in a practice. Again, I think the draft really helps with those big long straightaways that this track seems to have. It does have. We finished 14th in our division for this week with an average start of 5th, an average finish of 4th. That's skewed a little bit because there wasn't a ton of participation in our car, but again, I'm pretty happy with it. The first day at this track, we spent most of the days doing this track. I found it to be a little bit more fun than Daytona. That's personal preference kind of thing, and I think the first day we had a lot of trouble finishing a race without having to tow and get our car fixed and going back out. But by the end of it, I believe I finished most of the races without any major incidents on my part. We did see some other incidents happening around us, and our best race finish was a 3rd, thanks to some other incidents happening around us. And then as you can see here, there was one moment in a different race where a fella decided he didn't want to tow in the downhill section and came back out the wrong direction at us, which gave me a little bit of a scare here.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. There's an incident in the dipper.
Holy moly. And yeah, overall in the Michelin Pilot Series, we placed 12th in our division. Again, I'm super, I guess, hey, that's the same position in both series. Average start of 5th, average finish of 5th. Again, this doesn't get as much participation as in the touring cars as the series that only has those, so we're a little higher there. Again, super stoked with our decent placed finishes in these series in our division. Again, it's a tougher division, and we did a little bit better than we did last season, so I think that means we're doing better. We finished with a similar amount of iRating as we finished last season. Our peak was higher. We got up to 1400 at one point there, but then it kind of came back down. So I don't really know how to read that. And maybe as we get more experience, I'll understand this a little bit better and how to understand these metrics. But we're collecting data, and understanding how our progression is progressing. Next week, week 13, is kind of the goof off week for iRacing, so we're gonna finish up with a community event. Link for signing up for that will be down below with me and the Just Past Richmond crew. So check that out if you're interested. It's gonna be on US Friday. It'll have time zones in the link. And next week's Get Good will be like our last season. We did a wrap up video. I'm gonna do another one for this season too, so make sure you subscribe so you'll see that. The button's down there. There's also a thumbs up button, and if you want to follow along with these races live, head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman and hit that follow button, and we'll see you next time. Till then, have a great day. Goodbye.